Hello and welcome to Terraria Completionism, Part 7. We're going to keep heading east here and touring the next area. We're at the edge of the snow biome here. So, if there's one thing I really like is mushrooms. That's right. This is a massive, elaborate mushroom biome. I basically combined all the different mushroom-themed objects in the game, shroomite, plating, glowing mushroom block, deactivated glowing mushroom wall, and I built sort of a small town in this area. Here's where Amanita, the mushroom guy, lives. You got a few little houses here. There's a bathtub house with some fire to warm you up. The whole point was to make it feel very lived in. You see there's like benches and stuff on the ground, and it's supposed to seem sort of like a park. So yeah, you got the different kinds of furniture, you got, you know, fireplace here, because why not? You could fish for mushroom-themed, fish for mushroom-themed fishes here, which is good for those quests. And, as you can tell, you know, I put glowing mushroom wall everywhere. The whole purpose of this area is to feel sort of like the mushrooms are growing into everything, that they're sort of invading the area, which is kind of how mushrooms work in real life. They're very sort of they grow very aggressively, and that's sort of what this looks like. Now, when I made this area, the idea wasn't to put an above ground mushroom biome on flat ground, because that was really boring. I looked specifically for an area in the world where the ground had all these like floating islands and felt very like broken up. And that's exactly how this area, you know, this whole area feels. It's very sort of broken and deteriorated. And that's, the idea there is it's as if the mushrooms are sort of growing into it and ripping it apart and stuff. And you have all these little crevices and holes, and mushrooms are growing into those. This is actually a teal mushroom painted white. I got a bunch of like, I used, and there's like orange bloodroot here painted white. I used mushrooms and painted them white as well, rather than just having the normal glowing ones. And down here you have one of these shrine things, and I added some decorations, like the mushrooms are sort of creeping into here, and I put a piano there, you know, to look kind of like cool and special. Yeah, the whole place is supposed to look sort of like a city, and this is just farther east of the snow biome. So right here, you actually have sort of like a train station. The mine track here heads further east, it heads back into the snow biome over there. It's not very far, but it's not a big station, so I didn't put any infrastructure here. Now you have shroomite growing like all over the place, shroomite plating, and shroomite plating isn't naturally formed. Like in lore, it's not something that's just grows naturally where the mushroom biomes are. The idea is that it's something the new civs added. They synthesized it. It's using shroomite bars and stuff. But the idea is that it's supposed to sort of, it's these sort of metallic channels that feed some sort of energy into the biome and make sure, and allow it to grow sort of bigger and upkeep it, prevent it from deteriorating. That sort of idea. So this is the mushroom lab. I just took the teleporter. We're actually way back here. This teleports us like across the entire map, all the way over here. This is an area that I teased back in parts 3 and 4 from this, like, it's just a way up from this mushroom farm over here, and over here you can remember this is like the very end of the sewer area. This is where the sewer entrance is. The idea here initially was to have like a mushroom house right at very close to the main castle, which is right there, and to add all the different parts, all the different kinds of mushroom furniture here. That was the idea. But then I also added this sort of shroomite lab area where shroomite can be synthesized, and a few teleporters, you know, teleport to the Nexus and the mushroom land all the way across the world. The other idea here is you have these, you have the glowing mushroom blocks sort of growing down and attaching to these deactivated blue gemspark diamond things. The idea is that that's part of sort of the thing that's feeding these giant mushrooms, allowing them to grow large. Oh, also this is the whole asphalt road that goes all the way over to Hallowton over here, which I mentioned back in part 5. And here we have, you know, shroomite, you know, stuck to the ceiling and stuff. It's very similarly decorated to Mushroomland or Shroomland or whatever. This just like little cave up above here. I made sure to add green mushrooms, orange bloodroot, and just all the different materials. Stuck them all together. It looks really good. Like, if anything, the glowing mushroom blocks are like maybe my third or fourth favorite building material in Terraria. They look so good, and the blue color really adds to it. It's really well done there. Yeah, and you have these like vertical pillars thing, you know, sort of part of the whole infrastructure that keeps this place alive and breathing. It feels very lived in, very sort of you know, very, like the mushrooms are invading and they're very much alive and seeping into this whole area. So I'm just gonna go back to Mushroom Land here. Yeah, and now we're all the way back here. So yeah, that's basically the idea with the mushroom-based builds here in the world, and we're gonna keep heading further east in the next episode. And yeah, that was basically it. Cheers.